Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're looking into something super important: why your first $10,000 is the key to financial freedom. You've probably heard this before, but once you save your first $10,000, your whole life starts to change. It opens up opportunities you didn't even know existed. So, if you're wondering why this number matters so much more than $100,000 or even $1 million, stick around. This might completely change how you think about money. Let's start with that first big goal: $10,000. Now, it's not enough to buy a house or a luxury car, but here's the thing. Once you hit this number, something changes. You start to feel confident. You realize, hey, if I can save this much, I can do a whole lot more. I remember when I hit $10,000. Just knowing I could buy a used car in cash if I needed to, that was huge. It made me want to keep going, to save more, spend smarter, and take control of my money. On a practical level, $10,000 gives you a safety net. Car breaks down, you've got it. Vet bill for your pet? Covered. Lose your job? You've got time to find the next one without panicking. You stop living paycheck to paycheck. You can finally make decisions based on what you want, not just what you can afford. That's what financial freedom really means. Plus, once you've worked hard to get that first $10,000, you start spending with more purpose because you know how tough it was to earn. Now let's talk about your next big goal: $100,000. At this level, you're not just surviving emergencies, you're protecting your future. You can handle major issues like job loss or medical bills without it wrecking your finances. You also get more freedom of choice. You're not stuck in a job you hate just because you can't afford to leave. And here's where it gets exciting: compound interest starts working hard for you. Investor Charlie Munger once said, "The first $100,000 is a B, but you've got to do it. After that, it gets easier." Why? Because your money starts making money. For example, $1,000 invested at 8% equals $80 per year, but $100,000 at 8%, that's $8,000 a year, just from your investments. Leave that money alone for 30 years, and it could grow to over $1 million, even if you never add another dollar. When you hit $500,000, you finally start to feel financially secure. It doesn't mean you're rich, but you're definitely comfortable. You don't have to stress over every grocery bill. You can afford to take a longer vacation. You might splurge a little, maybe eat out more, buy some things just because you want them, not because you need them. But you're still not totally free. Big expenses, like buying a house or dealing with a recession, can still shake things up. So while $500,000 feels great, you still have to be careful if you want to grow to the next level. Now let's talk about the big one: $1 million. I still remember the exact day I hit it. I didn't throw a big party or anything. I just grabbed sushi with some friends and kept it low-key. But inside, I was celebrating hard. Because at this point, you start to realize you don't have to work anymore if you don't want to. If that money is invested and brings in even a 5% return, that's $50,000 a year. For a lot of people, that's enough to live on. You might still live frugally, like I did. I was a millionaire living in a small duplex, driving a used Prius, budgeting everything. But I had freedom. I didn't need a paycheck anymore. You don't splurge, but you know you could. And you get to choose what to do with your time. That's the real wealth. Now, once you hit $5 million, things really start to shift. You can outsource stuff you don't want to do, like cleaning, errands, or mowing the lawn. You can travel in more comfort, and everyday expenses become less of a worry. You can afford the upper middle class life, anywhere outside of the most expensive cities. But here's the weird part: $5 million is where some people start to feel stuck. You've got enough that you could stop working, but not enough to live like the ultra-rich. It's a strange middle ground. You're still checking prices on flights. You can't go wild with spending. And if a recession hits, yeah, you'll feel it. Finally, let's talk about real financial freedom: $10 million. At this level, you've basically won the game. You can live wherever you want, do almost anything you want, solve most financial problems with a check. You don't have to work unless you want to. Your investments can cover all your living costs. You can book last-minute trips, handle emergencies without blinking, and outsource almost anything. But here's the catch. Even with $10 million, you're not untouchable. You still need to be smart. You can't buy everything, like private jets or luxury yachts, without dipping deep into your wealth. Big mistakes or lifestyle creep can still mess you up. But you're finally in a place where you can live life on your terms. So, on a final thought, why is saving your first $10,000 so important? Because it's the first real step toward all of this. It's the hardest money to earn, but once you get there, the door to financial freedom opens wide. So keep saving, keep investing, and keep building. Your future self is going to thank you. If you enjoyed this breakdown, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more content like this, and let me know in the comments. What's your next money milestone? Catch you in the next one.